Okay, so one of my favorite things about starting this channel and interacting with everyone on these videos is that I get suggestions for gear that I should try. People suggest things that they think would work well for what I'm trying to accomplish. And I really love that part of the interaction that we have on YouTube. But there's one piece of gear or software, I guess, an app that people have suggested to me probably more than any other, and that is called Loopy Pro. Loopy Pro is an app. It goes on your phone or on your tablet, and it is a really, really customizable, powerful looper. Basically, you can sync it with other devices via MIDI. You can control it with external foot switches. You can customize it like crazy. And people have been recommending this to me ever since I started this channel. So I figured it was finally time that I give it a try. So I've got it downloaded on my phone. I've been messing around with it a little bit just to kind of get the basics. And so far I'm pretty impressed, but I want to kind of make something with it, put it through its paces a little bit, and think about how it could be incorporated into this setup. So let's just see what happens. Let's jump over the desk and get started. As usual, before we start, let me walk you through how everything is routed. And this is pretty interesting. I'm kind of tripping out about this. So my guitar is running into my HX Stomp, which is then going into the Digitakt and just a stereo out into Pro Tools. Nothing crazy there. But I have my phone running Loopy Pro with a USB connection to the HX Stomp. And the HX Stomp is working as kind of my audio interface for Loopy Pro. So my guitar is going into HX Stomp, and then HX Stomp is sending audio via USB into Loopy Pro and then back out of USB into Digitakt. So not only do you hear my direct signal, but also my loops when they're playing back will be playing through the HX Stomp, if that makes sense. And the other crazy thing is that Loopy Pro is sending clock and transport out of this USB cable into HX Stomp, which is then sending that clock and transport through out of the USB through port into Digitakt. So therefore, Loopy Pro controls my drum machine and syncs to it based on the tempo that I set here. Pretty interesting. I don't think that I ever thought I'd be running clock and transport from my phone, but here we are, 2025. This is what we do now, I guess. And yeah, so that's how everything is routed. And then in terms of this app right here, I don't want to make this like a deep dive into how to use Loopy Pro. There are a lot of those on YouTube and they're really, really good. So go check them out. Mostly this is about how you can use this to interface with your groove boxes and your modelers, especially if they have a USB audio interface. So it was really, really simple. I literally just plugged the HX Stomp into my phone. I opened Loopy Pro. And then if you go over here into your input, you can see that it automatically detects that the HX Stomp is connected, and I've chosen it as my input selection, and I just have input channel 1 coming into Loopy Pro, which is my guitar. I have monitoring turned off, and that's because I want to monitor myself all of my direct playing through HX Stomp. I only want to hear from Loopy Pro when it's playing back loops. Otherwise, I'm monitoring two places at once, if that makes sense. This is a little confusing. I hope I'm explaining this okay. But my guitar is going in using this as an audio interface. And this app is receiving the audio. And like I said earlier, I can just press play and it will start transport on Digitakt. It's sending clock as well, so everything is synced up. And this looping workflow works just like how you would expect a looper synced to a drum machine to work, like a Boss RC505 or something like that, where if I press one of these loops, it will wait until the downbeat to start recording me. It will record for however many measures I want, either until I tell it to stop or until it hits the predetermined length. And in this case, I've told this app, I've said, record this orange circle right here for 4 bars and then stop. So when I tap it, it's going to start recording and then it's going to stop. So let's try it. I have 2 chords. Hopefully I can play them correctly. Let's do it. it's looping. And the way that I have it set up is it's immediately overdubbing. And if I don't want that, I tap with 2 fingers and it stops overdubbing, and now it's just playing. But let's say I did want it to overdub and I wanted to go right into my next part. You can actually see it adding to the waveform here. Double tap, that loop is done. And here's something that's really cool is you can set loops to be different lengths. So I've set this up so that my orange circles are 4-bar loops and my pink circles are only 2-bar loops. And the reason I did that is if I want to add a bass part, I don't want to have to play it for all 4 bars, right? And the way that you do that, if you're interested, is you go over here and you go to color groups, and then you pick the color you want. In this case, I'm going to go magenta. And by default, record settings is set to just stick with the record settings for your whole loop. But if you hit override, then you can make them different. You can make different record settings for each color circle, right? So let's close that. Let's record some bass. Have a little octave set up here. Double tap because I don't want to overdub on top of the bass. And there we go. I can solo over this now. I can stop loops by tapping. It stops on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can bring loops back in. I can enter overdubbing again by double tapping. It's really pretty simple. Some very questionable legato there for you. Yeah, and the really crazy thing is I can customize this interface to add as many. Look at that. I can make all those loops and they behave the same way that the other ones do. So if I want to record another guitar part, like something like that, just tap to record. Also, I'm gonna record for 4 bars. And I can mix these if I want to. So I can mix my different color groups, like if I want orange to come down, leaves just my bass, double tap to bring it back up. And then I think what I can do is, if I go to edit here, clip 4, make it pink. Now this will only record for 4 bars, right? Let's try something like that. I have no idea what I'm playing. So yeah, I mean, you can see like this. It's obvious that this is a really, really, really powerful looper. Everyone who's told me to try this thing, they were pretty justified in having their mind blown. I mean, this is running from my phone, and I have already in like 5 seconds made this a, how many tracks is this? I don't know, 15 track looper, which is really crazy. I have individual control over my color groups. I think there are ways to turn individual loop volumes up and down. I'm new to this thing, so I'm still kind of learning all the tricks and tips. I'm sure there's a lot that I could do to make it even easier. But for what I wanted to do, let's delete this, which is basically just kind of replicate a 505 kind of workflow on my phone or on a tablet. This works really, really well. And it's so crazy that with one simple USB cable, I'm sending audio back and forth between the HX Stomp and my phone, and I'm sending MIDI back and forth. I mean, I could assign one of these foot switches to start and stop recordings. There's so much you could do. My mind is kind of blown by this. I mean, This app is what, $30. I wasn't expecting it to be so good and so immediate. It took very little setup to get it working the way that I wanted it to, and I'm pretty impressed. So thank you if you were one of the people who suggested I try this thing. You were right. So yeah, that's Loopy Pro. If you want to add a looper to your Digitakt, or to use in conjunction with your HX Stomp, check this thing out on your phone. I might even get an iPad just to be able to really use this thing to its fullest extent. But yeah, pretty impressed. Anyways, so good to be back. So good to be back hanging with you all, talking music. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know if there are any tips or tricks I missed about Loopy Pro. I think you'll probably see more of it in upcoming videos. But yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Make lots of music.